pump to pour. There's a lock, you just open it and just pump it, and it's gonna build up the pressure, and then you can remove this nozzle and actually carry it or just keep it plugged. But look how much pressure there is. Did you hear that? That's insane. So let's pump it up some more, and in case you want to release the pressure without pouring this thing out, all you have to do is just press right here, pretty sure. Oh, never mind, you actually have to pull it up. There you go. So one more time, press to pump, and whenever you want to release the pressure, just pull this up. Or if it's empty, boom. So let's try it out. Let's open it and fill it up with liquid. So this thing is kind of hard to remove, but it is removable. Also, there's a drain spout. Boom. Wow, check this out. There's actually instruction and soap or cleaning, whatever. Wow, that's huge. Okay, we filled it up with water. Let's close it. There you go. Okay, now let's pump it up. Okay, yeah. It's as hard as I can. Whoa, that's a lot of pressure. Check this out. That is insane. A full glass, a whole pint. Okay, one more time. So if you pump it up really good, almost 2 pints easily. But all you have to do is just give it a couple of pumps. You don't even have to do it too much. And look at that. Couple more pumps. Wow, still stone. It's just building up the pressure, and that's amazing. So yeah, pump to pour. Beautiful. What a gadget. What do you guys think? Pump it. With 2 hands, probably the easiest. Sitting position, no problem. Pour it. How cool is that? You can even pump and pour at the same time, so constantly building up the pressure. You see? But yeah, you have 1.5 pint easily if you pump it pretty good. 1.5 pint of pouring power before you have to pump again. Sounds like we out of water. Wow. So the other question is, did it waste any water, release all the air? Now I guess it's already released it. It is not the easiest thing to unspin this big cup, but to refill it quickly you can do this one. But once in a while you will have to unspin the whole thing to clean it up. Anyways, let's see how much water left over. Not that much, so it's a pump to pour most of it, then you can unspin it and pour the rest of it in the glass. So pretty awesome, but again, most of it did come out. Got it here, camping toaster. So for one of those camping stoves. Let's open it up and see what it's all about. Will it actually work? And how long will it take to toast few pieces of bread? Wow, fancy. Of course it's fancy when it's new. It will discolor it a little bit, but I don't think it will be a big deal. So it unfolds this way. That's it. Oh wow, that's it. How cool is that? So this right here is a heat diffuser, and also it's going to heat it up really well. So that's what's going to toast out bread. Okay, let's turn on our gas stove. Probably doesn't have to be that high. Okay, and put it over it like that. Wow, it's heating up so fast. Check this out. Probably too much heat. And just put the toast on top of it. See what happens. Is it distributing the heat pretty good? I don't know. Kind of. Wow. I feel like it's cooking the bread way too fast, so maybe I can make it lower heat. That mesh is so thin, so it doesn't take much to heat it up. So I feel like we kind of ended up burning the bread, if anything. instead of toasting it. Yeah, much smaller. Let me use a different stove, because this stove is kind of small. You see how skinny it is? Okay, hopefully this one will be a little bit better. It's a little bit wider. Okay, let's put on top of it. Flat surface. Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay, the heat is way wider and the flame is not going to as much. Let's put another bird over here. See what happens. I guess you can kind of pick from here to see how much your bird is cooking. Okay, you definitely don't want to cook it too fast because it's just gonna burn up the bird. I don't see any flames going through. It just kind of heats up. That's it. Okay, the bird is almost cooked. Too much. Let's start to flip it. Yep, mostly on this side, but seems like to be toasted everywhere. Maybe you could do it a little bit lower, but I feel like you need one of those gas stoves that is really wide. But nevertheless, it still works. Wow, it's toasting it really fast. I could probably cool it off a little bit. Let's check it out. I mean, this is a nice toasted bird. Okay, let's do another one, but this time we're gonna cook it a little bit slower. See what happens. Because it's toasted, it's crunchy. You feel it? And it's soft on the inside. So it's kind of cool. I like it, and it's toasted everywhere. Take it off, flip it over. Boom. Not bad, I guess. Okay, I think it's done. It's pretty toasted up. If anything, I need to do the other side a little bit more. Okay, I see a little bit of smoke. Whoops. Okay, let's taste test it. Let's see if it's crunchy. A little bit too soft outside in the middle. But as you can hear it, it's crunchy. I don't know, definitely not the same as your house toaster would do. But still, pretty cool. Got it here, another solar stove. This is the camping one, light. So let's open it up, see how it works. We'll actually start a fire on it, and then we'll try to boil water, see how well it's going to do. Well packaged, quite hefty, not too bad. So if you want a wood stove, that's probably a good way to go. Look at that, has a really nice pot. I like this, and this thing doesn't flop around easily, and I like that it doesn't have a silicone, because every time I have those silicone things, it's always burned off and smells like plastic. Double packages over here. I like it because this one will be all burnt up and make a mess, so that way you can package it every time you start a fire and not make the actual pot of water dirty. So this is a whole kit over here. Wow, love it. So pretty much very similar design. You got it here holes, and the oxygen gonna go between the walls into here. That's how simple it is. I think that's it. Yeah, never mind, there is also oxygen will go from the bottom over here and to the sides over here. So there'll be multiple places for oxygen to get in. So highly ventilated. And how does this go? I think it goes this way. So it goes this way. You flip it over, boom, and again you have more oxygen going through here. The flame's not gonna get suffocated, and there is plenty of space for you to put sticks in. You don't want any big sticks. So how simple is that? Quickly put everything away. Obviously you'll put it in a package because it'll be dirty. You don't want to dirty up the pot. So just show you guys how fast and easy it is to set it up. Boom. Okay, I'm gonna take this off, and I'm gonna use one of these kindling fire starters, the best ones. It has like a wick to get it going, and then you'll have to have smaller twigs like that and make sure they dry. Yeah, you can even probably use something like that too. There'll be plenty of flame as well. Because I have a hatchet, I'll be using this stuff instead. It is super tiny. As you can see, you'll have to have smaller twigs for sure. Very quickly it started burning really good, and it's going to start burning out of those holes, and very quickly this whole thing is going to be very hot. So don't touch it. Okay, let's set it up, see how it's going to do. Stopwatch, let's start it, see how long it's going to boil for. Almost full pot of water. Well, it's a little bit windy out here, but it's burning really well. It's only been 3 minutes now. It's burning really hot, even though it's windy. It looks cool, highly ventilated. I keep putting up big pieces like this, and look, I can fit it. I'll just grab another stick and put it all the way. And yeah, look how well it's burning from the sides over there. Awesome, from the inside, I mean. Okay, I'll show it to you in a little bit once we boil the water. The only thing over here, wow, 3 minutes in, it's wanna boil soon. I'd say maybe 7-8 minutes, so another 5 minutes will be boiling. I would say the biggest problem with this thing, look, it's almost boiling, but it's not fully boiled yet. It's like you cannot walk away because the chamber is so small. You pretty much have to constantly feed it with small twigs. So it was almost enough of twigs over here to get the fire going. And you need really small ones for sure. So kind of have to restart it now. Okay, we restarted. You see how I'm blowing it into the holes and it works. Okay, let's see how it's doing. It's almost boiling, it's simmering, so yeah, pretty much boiling. So I stopped the timer because it's been more than 15 minutes now, and it's a lot longer than I thought to boil a pot of water. I thought it would be a lot faster. The gas stoves are a lot faster, but you have to bring your own gas. This is a wood stove. It's just kind of a small container, so maybe it's easier to go with the step up, a little bit bigger one that they sell, and it will hold a lot more wood, so it will be a lot faster to boil water. But yeah, as you can see, it's starting to boil. Just a little longer, we're done. But yeah, it's just constant feeding it. This thing loves food. It's kind of good because it burns the wood off very fast. But if it burns off, it's not producing any more fire, so you gotta sit here and constantly refill it, so that way it's producing very hot flames and coals. But yeah, highly ventilated, that's why it's not suffocating. I love the design. It's pretty much boiling. Okay, there you go. And if you look around it, you see how it's burning out of the holes. That's the whole idea of it. Boom. When you take it off, not so much, but this is like a wind cover and just goes up. Going to put to the test BioLite, but this time full kit with the fire pit. So turns fire into electricity. Pretty cool. So let's open it up, see what it's all about. Boom. Well packaged. Oh, what is that? Wow, on the pictures it looks a lot smaller. This thing is huge. I think this is an actual cover. Oh yeah, you got the fire starter and the light bulb that plugs into the stove. Okay, we'll use the fire starter. Nice. And the USB cord. I have Apple, but oh well. This is for Android. So, opens like that. Look, it has a nozzle. What's that? It has another little cup or soup bowl. Whatnot. I guess you can cover this back up. And there's big handles over here. Beautiful. Check this out. Very nice spot, and as you can see, there's a heat trap in here. Beautiful. I bet it's going to getting into the fire pit really well. Look how well everything puts together. This side here was going to produce electricity, and also there's a built-in fan. That's what's going to feed the oxygen into the fire, and it's going to burn really hot. So let's try it out. I put it to the test this 10 years ago, but only the electricity part. I'll let you know that works. So you put it to, oh wow, I don't remember that. This is the legs. Okay, and we don't have to charge it up, obviously, because it will charge by heat automatically, and it's a wood stove. So, and look at that heat protector, beautiful. Okay, let's see how this works, because I never put that to the test before. So I guess you could use it as a cutting board, maybe. I don't know. What is this for? Yeah, there you go. So it's a little extension. That goes into here. Okay, that opens up to get more flame or to distribute it out here. Does this fit into here? Not really, so we'll have to take this off. But this thing, it sits into here, but I'm missing some kind of attachment maybe, because it doesn't look very sturdy, especially with water. I mean, it sits there well, but I would assume there would be some kind of plug-in attachment, maybe not so much. So obviously try to find flat surface. Look at that, you can start a few fires with that. I probably will use 2 of them just to get it quickly going. So you will need some kind of fire starter like that. Get it burning pretty good, then I'm gonna drop it inside of it, and then I'm gonna fill it up with twigs. And I'll show you how it works in a second. The twigs have to be kind of small, so whatever, maybe you bring with yourself a hatchet, so like that, break it up. And again, we'll not have to worry about overfilling this thing, because it will have a fan blowing under there, so we don't have to worry about ventilation at all. Let's turn this on. You see it has lights on, so it's pre-charged a little bit. Okay, how do we turn on the fan? Okay, this is the USB to charge up your cell phone or whatever. Okay. We're gonna put it on maximum, and look at the difference. It was smoking quite a bit. Look at that flame, beautiful. And again, that's self-recharging. That little stick over here will generate the heat, so I don't ever have to worry about batteries. If anything, it will be recharging my other batteries. So it will be burning up pretty quickly, so you can add on really good chunks. Check this out. We want to get those hot coals. Yeah, whenever you have a really hot fire, you can probably adjust it a little bit lower. So it's like a gas stove. You want it hotter, turn the fan higher. You want it lower, turn the fan lower, and you have a smaller flame. But to get it going, you want to really turn it on. Also, we're probably gonna move this against the wind, so that way it's not heating up too much. Okay, while it's burning really hot, let's try this out. Open this hatchet thing and put it in. Wow, beautiful. So you can actually see from here a little bit better. You see how it's burning from the fan, and then you can close this, and what will happen, it will distribute the heat from here. Let me turn it up higher. You see how the flames are gonna start pushing into here. So this whole section will be really hot, and it will diffuse the flames all over, as you can see. But in case you need to add on the piece of wooden stuff, look at that, that's so cool. There's a little vertex inside there. Fire pit will need a lot of wood, so you will have to add on quite a bit of big sticks. So make sure you have a hatchet with you. So not too bad to make those sticks. So now we know that works really well. You can cook steak on it, whatnot. So if I wanna remove this whole thing, it's pretty easy to remove it. And let's see if I wanna boil the water or something. I'll set it on low. So we're gonna boil this big pot of water. So we're going to kind of compress everything. Hot coals is very good. Oh yeah, this is how you see how it's burning out of the holes. This is the best view right here. Super cool. So I'm all loaded up with the really big pieces. Now it's a matter of time to where it's really hot. So what I'm gonna do is grab that pot and carefully set it down, and you see the flames are gonna go through that pot and catch most of the heat inside of it. Look at that. Once it starts going, there's a turbine. The flames coming off of the pot like crazy. So anyways, let's try to do it on max, see how fast this pot of water is going to boil. That's awesome. By the way, this thing burns the wood really fast, so you will have to take off the pot really quickly. It's only been like 3 or 4 minutes and I have to refill it. But again, it doesn't hold too much wood either. But again, it doesn't take that much time to split a bunch of pieces of wood like that. Okay, I took off the lid, and guess what, guys? This thing is actually sits in there very comfortably, and as you can see, it's boiling really good. And again, I had to take it off a few times. Whoops. I'll definitely keep the lid on. But yeah, it's easy to take it off and put more wood and close it back up. And look at it, it's boiling really strong. Obviously, keep the lid on, it will boil even better. But you can, I guess, cook the soup on it. Look at that, boiling so well and violently. That's a really hot water. So again, sits in there really well, does not lock in. But wow, look at that flame. Like a gas stove, does not get old. So I'm gonna let it burn off and we're done. Love this. Little fire pit thing and boils water with that pot the best. Make sure you I think it's best if you buy yourself one of this pot with it. It's a lot easier too. This is a folding fire pit, pretty unique. Recently I went to the beach and there was a lot of people with the fire pits burning campfires on the beach, and I think you had to burn your own fire pits to start a fire. So that one looks awesome. Looks like a snowflake. But anyways, it opens up like that. That's it. So all it is just foldable fire pit. Close it, done. Unfold it, set it up. Except it's going to be taking quite a small sticks. Looks like almost half of that. You want to have them like that. That's the only problem about that, because if you try to put a log like that, it won't work. Or log like that, you see, you'll have to have like a really short pieces, maybe like break up sticks like that. So I tried to build a little teepee, kind of falling apart on me because it's slippery, but nevertheless, let's try to start the fire. Obviously I will be using of this kindling fire starter things, but yeah, definitely need a lot of small firewood twigs type of stuff, because as you can see, it doesn't even fit that much. So even that stuff I need to break up and cut in half like this. But it's okay, I have tools, I could do that. Build up a whole bunch of them and then just take it to the beach with me, whatnot, wherever you want to burn a small fire. So yeah, this is a small one. I wonder if they make a much bigger one. But still, it will be just flat but big, because as you can see, even this one, when it pulls together, it's just a giant plate. But yeah, if you get nice firewood, that's a big enough campfire. Oh yeah, that's a big flame side here, as you can see, a couple of feet easily. So yeah, no problem. Coal's gonna get hot. I'm gonna add on more sticks. Let's see how well it's going to settle down and how easy it is to replace it, to load it up again. Still going strong, plenty of heat. Now it's actually not too big of a fire, so I'm not going to add on more firewood. I'm going to add on later when it's almost go off, see how it's going to restart. Okay, it's burned off. Let's see how hard it is to load it up. No problem, it's going to restart so well, and then we have another 20 minutes of nice fire. I would build probably like upside down style campfire and start it from the top. Maybe it would be a better technique for this one, so that way we can load up more firewood as possible. So yeah, small fire pit, no problem. I guess you can load it up with lots of firewood anyways. You just have to have a skinny pieces. So as you can see, you can really load it up and it's burned really well, no problem. So just wait till it burns out, load it up again, and it burns for a long time. As you can see, it's nice. And once it's burned off, look how well it burned everything off. Almost no ash, beautiful. And look at that, once we fold it, beautiful. It's discolorated a little bit. You could be using this side next to make it beautiful.